Andres is running routine software tests. Nothing special, lines of code, numbers moving, normal. Then he notices something, a small spike. Not large, not dramatic, but wrong. It doesn't match any expected CPU behavior. It's subtle, the kind of thing most developers would scroll past. But Andres doesn't. What he's looking at isn't just a bug, it's a doorway, a backdoor, one that has been planted slowly, carefully, over years, by a group with patience, resources, and intent. Likely not lone hackers, likely a state. This backdoor, if triggered, would spread quietly through the world's infrastructure. Hospitals, corporations, government servers, critical systems running entire countries. A master key to the internet, placed directly into the hands of whoever created it. Andres has no idea yet. He's just staring at a graph. But he's about to do something almost nobody ever gets the chance to do. He's about to save the internet. To understand how this happened, we need to talk about open source software. Some software is private. Microsoft Word, for example, controlled by a company, only their engineers can modify it. Then there's open source software, public, transparent. Anyone can read the code, suggest improvements, build on it. Like Wikipedia, but for the backbone of the digital world. This model has built many of the most critical systems on Earth. But there's a catch. While many people can contribute, only a few people approve changes. These people are called maintainers. Maintainers act as gatekeepers to the foundation of global computation. One of those maintainers is Lasse Collin. He oversees a tool called XZUtils, a compression library used across almost every major Linux distribution. Linux runs most of the world's servers, most supercomputers, huge parts of the global cloud government infrastructure. If the internet is a city, Linux is the ground the city is built on, and XZUtils is baked into that foundation. Collin has been maintaining it since 2005, for free, in his spare time. But lately, maintaining the project has become overwhelming. Two volunteer developers, using the names Anant Kumar and Dennis, begin criticizing him publicly. They say he's slow, unresponsive, holding the project back. At first, it looks like frustration, but pressure can also be a strategy. During all this, a new contributor appears, Jia Tan. She is polite, helpful, supportive. She fixes bugs, writes documentation, comments kindly. After Collin's admission that he's struggling with mental health and time, Tan steps in more and more. Eventually, Collin gives her co-maintainer status. Control of the project is now shared. Slowly, without any alarms, access shifts. Then one day, Tan changes the project's security alert contact, away from Collin and to herself. No one objects. Why would they? She has proven herself reliable, at least on the surface. What no one realizes yet is that everything has been moving toward this point. Time passes, Tan contributes more code, more changes, more improvements, small enough to appear harmless. Then, in 2023, something important happens. A new contributor appears, Hans Janssen. He submits a seemingly minor change to XZUtils. Tan approves it quickly. No one questions it. Months later, Janssen contacts the Debian Linux team, one of the most trusted Linux distributions on Earth. Loved for stability, used in banks, research institutions, secure networks around the world. He requests they update their system to include the new version of XZUtils, a version containing the code he submitted. The version Tan approved, the version now under her control. Other users, including accounts named Corin and Mizzou, show up to support the change. They dismiss concerns. They apply pressure. They make hesitation look foolish. The update goes through. XZUtils, now containing something new, begins spreading into development builds. Not the official public release yet, but close, very close. Elsewhere in the world, Andres, a Microsoft developer, is testing something unrelated. He downloads a test build of Debian, known to be unstable. Developers use it to look for bugs before new features are released. He's running routine checks. Nothing looks wrong. until it does. SSH, the tool used to remotely access servers, is acting strange. It's using too much system power, and there's a delay, half a second. Barely noticeable to most, but Andres notices. He traces the delay, and the delay leads to executals. He digs into the code and finds it, a hidden backdoor. So expert, so subtle, it bypassed security review. Something designed not to break systems, but to own them. This code would allow an external actor to log into any affected machine without passwords invisibly. Hospitals, banks, government infrastructure, critical networks, energy systems, military systems, everything. The world had been one software update away from being open to whoever placed the code there, a master key to the digital world, and only a handful of people had noticed, maybe just one. On March 27th, Andres emails Debian's security team. 2 days later, he publishes his findings publicly. The reaction is immediate. Emergency alerts, patches, global code audits, developers across the world rushing to contain the breach. The malicious versions of executals are removed. Secure versions begin replacing them. The door begins to close. The attack was caught just in time. If this backdoor had reached stable distributions, if it had shipped into production servers, we may never have noticed, not until it was too late. In the aftermath, a question remains. Who is Jia Tan? The identity is ambiguous. The name appears Chinese, but working times and patterns don't match China's workday. The account is silent during Western holidays, not Chinese ones. Activity appears to be forged to look like UTC+8, but there are moments, small ones, where the disguise slips. Commits made in UTC+2 and UTC+3, times matching Eastern Europe, and the work pattern is consistent with a full-time job. This wasn't a hobbyist, this was an operation. Cybersecurity analysts believe the trail points toward APT-29, also known as Cozy Bear, a state-backed Russian hacking group known for long-term infiltration strategies. Nothing is confirmed, but the method fits. Slow trust building, years of credibility. Strategic pressure. Social engineering, surgical level code insertion. This attack wasn't just technical, it was psychological. It targeted people. Their stress, their overwork, their isolation, their need for help. The weakness exploited wasn't software, it was human burnout. Most of the world will never know how close we came. One update, one approval, one quiet rollout. And the internet's foundation could have been compromised, globally. Our digital world depends on volunteers, people maintaining critical code in their spare time, for no pay because they believe in the open web. People like Lassie Collin, exhausted, overwhelmed, and unsupported. This story isn't just about a backdoor, it's about fragility. The systems we rely on are not protected by titanium walls or billion-dollar defense programs. They're protected by ordinary people, one maintainer under too much pressure, one developer who noticed a half-second delay, one person who cared enough to look closer. We were lucky this time. The next time, we may not see the spike, the delay, the anomaly. We may not have an Andres, but as long as the world is built on open code, we will depend on silent guardians like him. After the emergency patching, the repos rolling back, and the security advisories clearing the immediate threat, the real work began. Reconstruction. Developers, maintainers, and security analysts across the world started sifting through years of commits. Every change, every code review, every discussion thread, trying to understand how something like this could happen. What they found wasn't a single moment of failure. It was a slow, intentional, patient erosion of trust. This wasn't someone breaking in. This was someone being invited in. The social engineering, the attack did not begin with code. It began with emotion. Frustration, fatigue, isolation, guilt, overwork. Lassie Collin, the original maintainer, was a single person holding up an essential piece of global infrastructure for free. No funding, no team, no organization behind him. Just one man for almost 20 years. Over time, he became slower to respond, Not because he didn't care, but because he was exhausted. And that's when the pressure campaign began. Messages designed to make him feel irresponsible, to make him feel like he was failing the project, to corner him into stepping aside, not by force, but by wearing him down. This wasn't a hack, it was emotional manipulation, and it worked. When he finally accepted help, it came from someone who seemed patient, supportive, eager, Jiatan, a person who did not exist, at least not in the way anyone believed. Open source software is built on trust, not corporate hierarchy, not contracts, not surveillance. Trust. Someone contributes good code, trust increases. Someone communicates kindly, trust increases. Someone helps when the maintainer is overwhelmed, trust increases. Trust becomes access. Access becomes power, power becomes control. And once Tan became co-maintainer, with full merge permissions and control over security alerts, the door opened. The backdoor code didn't appear out of nowhere. It arrived only after years of carefully cultivated trust. Years. That is what makes this attack so terrifying. Not the code, but the patience. Someone, or some group, was willing to spend years playing a role, learning personalities, mirroring tone, appearing helpful, building credibility, not to destroy the system, but to own it. If the backdoor had made it into stable distributions, hospitals could have been locked or taken offline, government infrastructure could have been monitored or controlled, banks and stock exchanges could have been accessed silently, cloud providers could have been compromised at the root, military networks could have been observed or sabotaged. This wasn't a virus, not ransomware, not a smash and grab. This was a silent key.